Hey guys, it's JediJimJam here from Attribution. Just a quick bit of narration before we get fully into the video. This video was actually recorded about, I'd say half a year ago, so the quality may not be quite up to scratch of what the channel is now, but you know, what are you gonna do? It was made a long time ago, so just don't judge purely on this. We're gonna be bringing hopefully a lot more of this coming soon, you know, just something new, hopefully with Joel as well. So I'm gonna stop getting in your way and let you get to the video, and without further ado, thanks in advance for watching. Okay, so first on the list is pencil. This is a very simplistic sort of animation. It's basically what you want to use if you're very new to animation and you don't really know what you're doing. This kind of program teaches you all about keyframes. I'll quickly, speaking of keyframes, I'll show you a very short, terrible animation I made using only, I think that's 16 keyframes. If you just watch, so, whew, he dives under the bullet. I really like this one because this basically taught me what keyframes were, this program. I used it ages ago. If you're a new YouTuber, you don't have to draw anything, of course. You don't have to draw it all. You can import images just by going Control-I, and you can just grab an image from wherever you want. So say I want to import this, the Rose Revolution logo. I can just import that there. But obviously you can draw a bunch of shit if you want, if you so desire. I'm pretty terrible at drawing with just a mouse. But you know, if you wanted to make an intro, you could have your whole kind of logo zoom in from the right. But it really doesn't matter. Basically, this taught me about keyframes. It's great for learning, and if you're new to YouTube and you want to make an intro, just grab this. So that's it for number 5, and now we'll move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4 is mine-imator. Mine-imator will be very familiar to those of us who have used other animation suites before. It's very easy to use compared to most of them, and it will be quite familiar also to any gamers out there. This is mainly because of the way that the game looks and moves around. If you are to left click and drag the mouse around, your camera kind of moves around as though it's stuck on the inside of an invisible ball. I guess that's the only way I could really feel of describing it. If you right click, you can aim or like look around like as normal and move around with WASD keys, which will be very nice compared to most other suites, as you've got to do all these crazy like weird key movements and stuff. That's very good. It's also familiar to those who have animated before, as I just said, because of the keyframes. They're very easy to use. Say this is a little scene I made just then of a rapist ghast. Steve's like, hey! And then the ghast comes to rape his soul. And Steve's like, and he's dead. I just cooked that up in about 5 seconds. Let me just go ahead and make a new one. This isn't exactly a tutorial, just to show off a little bit. Some of the things you can do, it's basically Minecraft in an animation suite. You can change from day to night, you can change the sky color. I like having it red, so that's nice and evil. And then you can make it so like the sun setting, it's night, nice and red in the day. You can make a custom background, but I wouldn't bother because, you know, it kind of just, ooh, that's quite cool actually, TNT everywhere. See, I just changed the terrain there to the TNT kind of skin, there's brick. And then I can import a character by going add character. The default one is little Steve there. You can change his model to a wolf if you so choose, or a ghast as I had before. And you can move him around using the keyframes. I can just make a keyframe there, go up here, click on all, move him around a bit. If I just want to move one tentacle, I can detach that. You know, it's all very, very simple. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, I can guarantee it's a lot easier than pretty much all of the other animation suites out there. So that's why this is on my list at number 4. Coming up next is number 3. Okay, so coming in at number 3 is Vue Pioneer. This, as with the rest of the programs in this video, is 100% free. This is just going to be a short one because basically all that this program is used for is to generate a landscape which you can then export and render, blah blah blah, all these boring options and stuff, that can then be used in later programs like Adobe After Effects. So basically, if you ever wanted to create a backdrop for any kind of cool movie, any sort of thing that you could really imagine, you would use this program. It's 100% free. I've found this very useful for a couple of things that I did a while ago, just for shits and giggles. I could probably upload those, but at a different point. It's got all the different cameras up there, as you can see around here. And yeah, that's about it for this one. So, come out next. Number 3. Number 2. Number 2 is Daz 3D Studio. This is a program that I really like because it's used to basically create lifelike sort of versions of people. This can be really good if you want to make any kind of movie that involves some kind of actor that you can never be bothered to act yourself. It's a little bit spazzy if you stretch it a bit too far, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put that there and rewind it. Basically, you can dress up your actor with all a bunch of things, accessories. Say I go arms, upper, give him an armband. That's all good. Say I want to give him like an earring. Why not? This is 100% free, but only for a limited amount of time because they're doing some kind of promo, I believe. I would get it now if you have the opportunity. I'll put obviously the link in the description because I love this. If you ever wanted to make some kind of web series with little model people, you know, whatever you want to do, it's got a bunch of animations preloaded in, like a bow, any kind of stuff. As I said before, this isn't exactly a tutorial, so I won't be going very in depth. But you know, so say I click on this, just get him out the way. See, this is the receiving end of a push. This is the pushing. You know, it's got a bunch of little animations like that. You can just grab a bunch of people, put them in. You could simulate like a bar fight. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's really all there is to Daz. Well, actually, it's not. Daz is very complicated. But that's all I'm going to show you in this video. I may do a tutorial on this later because I've used this quite a lot. See if I go materials, double click on that, drags it on if it wants to. See, there's the feminine wetsuit. I don't know if the masculine one's any different. Let's try. Changes the colour because that colour is way more manly than the other one. But anyway, that's it for Daz. Definitely go get this, look up some tutorials. I might be posting a tutorial on this sometime later. But, oh, quickly just gonna grab a katana. Katana, can't help myself. Oh, too much Halo. And yep, coming up next is number 1. Alright, so coming in at number 1 is Blender. Blender is very similar to Cinema 4D, if any of you have used this. I know for a fact that Joel has used this program quite a bit. This program is basically a modeling, shaping, and then rendering tool. So you could, say, create, if you wanted to, I don't know, a human head, model that, make it move around, render some kind of sequence. Joel's probably going to shoot me for this because I'm being a colossal noob. Because I haven't used this anywhere near as much as he has. But I understand that for those who need it, this is going to be basically very useful, more so than most of the other programs in this top 5. So that's why it's come up at number 1. It's easy to use, yet has lots and lots of options, but it's quite easy to understand. Once you get the hang of it, you might want to go look up some tutorials, some kind of stuff like that. But I don't really know all that much enough to show you. But just some basics like the camera up there. I'm gonna say if I want to add a modifier, say, oh, this program has quite a tendency to freeze on me every now and then when it feels like it. But say I want to mirror this thing. This doesn't seem to work because I am a colossal noob. There we go. I can make it more and more circular, more and more. See, make it loads and loads of little squares in there now, so that it's actually becoming more and more circular as I increase that, bring it back down, see the squares reappearing, and then eventually it's going to go back to like a kind of a cubey kind of thing like it was before. It's basically the sky's the limit really with this program. It's amazing. You guys should definitely download it if any of you are not colossal noobs like I am and want to do some rendering, modeling, anything really. And that has been my first top 5 countdown. If you guys have enjoyed this, please click the like button. I've spent a couple of hours editing this and putting it all together. But it's already worth it for you guys because we love you all here at Revolution. So without further ado, thanks for watching and stay awesome everybody. Hey guys, it's JediJimJam here for Attribution. That video you just watched was my first attempt at what I am going to call a top 5 countdown. I personally would love to do more of those in the future. If you guys enjoy them, just let me know down in the comments, because I've decided that maybe we should do something new on this channel because it has been a while. So, of course, if you did like that, I've got a bunch of ideas lined up, but it takes time, so you gotta let me know. If you enjoy, just give it a like rating. But without further ado, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.